This is Neural Newscast.
The headlines for Thursday, May 7th.
From our studios, I'm Thomas Keene.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell.
President Trump is criticizing German Chancellor Friedrich Merz over his assessment of United States diplomacy with Iran. In a social media post this morning, the president dismissed the chancellor's understanding of the nuclear threat from Tehran.
The response follows comments from Merz yesterday. Speaking to students, the chancellor claimed the United States was being humiliated by Iranian leadership during stalled negotiations in Islamabad, comparing the situation to previous conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq.
The president countered that his administration is taking action where previous leaders failed, while specifically attributing Germany's economic struggles to its current leadership. This exchange underscores a widening rift over how to handle the Revolutionary Guards and regional nuclear proliferation.
Diplomatic sources suggest these public disagreements are hindering efforts to present a unified Western front. While Washington maintains its current strategy, Germany and other allies are expressing frustration over the lack of progress in Islamabad.
In domestic policy, Nebraska today becomes the first state to enforce Medicaid work requirements. This move comes 8 months ahead of the federal deadline set for early 2027.
The new rules apply to able-bodied adults and are expected to affect health coverage for 25,000 residents. Governor Jim Pillen defended the early launch, stating that work provides purpose and strengthens the community.
This rollout is a result of the 2025 tax and spending law, which reduced Medicaid funding by over $900 billion. The Congressional Budget Office estimates these requirements could save the federal government $300 billion by lowering national enrollment.
However, policy analysts are concerned about the state's readiness. There are warnings that staffing shortages could lead to reporting errors, meaning some residents may only discover they've lost eligibility at a pharmacy counter or through a call center. State officials maintain they have conducted sufficient training and readiness tests. While supporters view this as a necessary measure to control spending, critics at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities describe the rollout as rushed.
The implementation is being watched by other early adopters, like Montana and Iowa. While the full impact on coverage won't be clear for several months, the administrative pressure on Nebraska's healthcare system is already rising. On our watch list, Montana is scheduled to implement its own Medicaid work requirements this July. Officials there report they are reaching a breaking point due to staffing shortages and existing budget cuts.
At the federal level, the government is expected to release final implementation regulations on June 1st. Many states argue they need this guidance soon to overhaul their enrollment systems effectively.
Meanwhile, Arkansas is preparing for a soft rollout later this year. Unlike Nebraska, Arkansas will begin the reporting process for residents, but will not disenroll anyone until the official federal start date in 2027.
We will continue to track how these varying state strategies affect national uninsured rates. Tomorrow, we'll look at the latest infrastructure projects being prioritized in the current federal budget cycle.
That's the Neural Newscast for Thursday, May 7th. I'm Thomas Keene.
And I'm Evelyn Hartwell.
Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.